Now, I covered this solo, or in more of a chord tone soloing sort of way, in my chord tone soloing course, and I talked about this solo, but actually got a few emails about it, and people said, well, what can we do that's more on this song? So I thought, well, let's talk about it now. So the chord progression is B flat, F to C. So if you look at it in terms of a key, it's in the key of F. It's a 1, 4, 5 in the key of F. But it's going this 4, 1, 5. So I'm really hearing it is a C sound to me. It's C Mixolydian, actually, is what's going on. So if we write out all those chords, C major, C, E, G, B flat is B flat, D, F, and F is F, A, C. If we wrote those all out, we would get C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, right? We'd get C Mixolydian. So as we've gone through this course, we've seen, well, if you're not really familiar with your Mixolydian scale, we can start to mess with the pentatonic scale. So the first thing we could do is play a natural third in our pentatonic scale. The dominant pentatonic scale, which we're going to come across in some other examples here, but I'm basically taking the flatted third of my minor pentatonic and raising it up a half step. But what I'm also doing is adding it to the blues scale. Now, interestingly, if I always kind of go from flat 3, natural 3, as opposed to, because that E wants to pull to the, the E flat wants to pull to the E because it's a natural third of the chord. So, right, it really pulls you into that. So, and then I'm going to outline the chord changes a little bit. So the first thing, I went into BB's box because it sounds really cool. So really classic blues stuff right there, which always sounds good, especially in a song like this. It's what I want to hear. Okay, so I'm sliding in G to A to C, then I'm bending this D up to the E. Right, so that's my C. Sorry. Now that E, why does that work on the B chord, the B flat? It just sounds cool. Like, so I do this. So I hit the F. The E, I think, sounds really pretty on that B flat. Right? That's the piano is getting. That's a pretty sound. So I've got, like, Lydian. So what I've done is got that nice. So it's just a pretty sound. Then I do straight old blues, major blues lick. Okay. Now I go down to just like a ripping pentatonic scale. So that's the lick. So it's right down the scale. So I'm going to bend that note, the B flat, to the C vibrato it. So that's the tricky part. So I'm going to do pick, pull off. So pick, pull off on the 3 notes on that blues scale. So now that's a little tricky. All right, so let's check out that lick. Okay, now the second time through, I carried it through down to that E natural we talked about because I'm on that C chord again, right? So right down that blues scale. So it's a minor blues scale with an E natural added in. Okay, then I went up a Mixolydian scale. So I know we're talking about modes here, but hey, Buck up, let's do it. Right up the scale, just rhythmically. Ba ba da, ba ba ba, ba ba ba. Right. So I'm going right up the scale. E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat. Okay, now, if I'm paying attention to the chords, which is a lot of this is about, I want to do a little chord tone soloing, play off of my triads. So I went. All right, so let's check this out. B flat major triad, F major triad, then to the G, which is the fifth of my C chord. So I went B flat C, B flat major triad. Then to kind of a little melodic device. So I outlined the F chord. Then to resolve in that C, right? So there's the A from the F chord, and going to the G on the C chord. So then, right? So I got the A on the F chord because F is spelled F-A-C, and then I went down the G chord. So the G note on the C chord. So it's all thought out ahead of time, because if I ended on the A, on the C chord, it wouldn't work. And I finished it up by going, just bending it from the D to the C. So if we want to look at it related to pentatonic scales, as we've talked about, I have a major pentatonic with a minor pentatonic scale with a raised third, gives us the dominant pentatonic scale. I also have C major pentatonic. If I put those together, I start getting, I have a B flat triad in there, an F triad from mixing major and minor pentatonic. There's all sorts of ways you can look at it, but if I put it together, check that out. So I just went down the root of my pentatonic scale, the flat 7. I could say this is the 6. I could see I've been borrowing it from Mixolydian or major pentatonic. But my overall thought process is, right? I'm still seeing everything as sprouting from the pentatonic scale, and I'm just adding in those extra notes.